While Ryukajima became the voice of tsunderes, it seems like Aoyuki is becoming the voice of isekai characters. But I just got done with the 4th episode of I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level. And these are my thoughts on it so far. I've been killing slimes for 300 years opens up with a office worker who is being worked to death. Kind of that whole death march aspect of an overworked Japanese salary person, and eventually she works so hard that she actually dies at work. And after this happens, she comes before some kind of goddess or creator that essentially says, I favor females and, I want to help them out, so I'm going to isekai you to another world, if you have any kind of requests. And she's like, make me immortal and never age. And the lady's like, sure enough, here you go. And then that point reincarnates her as a 17-year-old in a fantasy setting, a witch that doesn't age and is immortal. And she's really happy about this. So she's been working herself to death in her previous life. And so her main focus becomes that she just wants to live a very relaxed life. So she immediately has a house that's there right next to her that is, basically given to her by the goddess. So she opens up shop there, starts doing gardening. Every day she goes to the village nearby and kills 25 slimes on her way there, does some shopping at the village itself, turns in her gems that she gets from the slimes to Adventure Guild, and this becomes her routine for, as the title leads you to believe, 300 years. And after 300 years, when she goes to the new Adventure Guild master, because obviously she's lived for 300 years, this person is like fascinated by her and wants to know what her level's at. So she's like, probably nothing. I've been killing slimes. And sure enough, when she puts her hand on this little tome and it shows her stats, that she's 99 level. She's completely maxed out because apparently she has this hidden skill that will double the amount of experience she gets. And then obviously killing 25 slimes for every day for 300 years, that adds up. So she has become maxed out in her level. And this comes to the attention of, gossipers, and eventually everybody learns that there is this witch at this village that is level 99. And so everybody keeps showing up to want to test their skills against her, dragons, adventurers, whatnot. And all the while, she just wants to be left alone. She just wants to enjoy a casual, normal life. Like I mentioned before, she does end up having a dragon come. She beats the dragon. The dragon decides to ask her to be basically her master and teach her the ways of her skills. 2 spirits of slime show up to get their revenge. Well, one does. The other one just wants to stop it. An elf shows up. A demon shows up. Everything shows up to bug her, even though she wants to relax. And that becomes a main focus of the humor of this series so far, is around the idea that this girl just wants to be left alone. She wants to enjoy a peaceful life. But literally every 2 seconds, a knock at the door, and you have this kind of, every time the door knocks, she has this gloom effect upon her, because she's like, oh crap, what next? They even made jokes at the idea of how this series likes to kind of shovel in ideas, like force something to happen, and they'll make jokes about it before it actually happens. Like at one point, after the 2 slimes show up, she's like, all we need now is an elf and a demon, and then sure enough, knock, knock, knock. There's an elf at the door fleeing from a demon. So obviously we have shoot in this idea that, what will happen is going to happen. And it's not afraid of essentially poking fun at the idea of how convenient this stuff happens. There's always going to be something showing up just to fit the situation. And like I said, it acknowledges it, which is kind of funny. And at the other side of the whole situation, outside of that humor, a lot of the focus is on just cute girls doing cute things. Just the cuteness of them all living together, almost like her creating a family. And that's what she gets a lot of comfort in, is that now she basically has a little sister. She has 2 daughters. She has this big sister character, and she's just basically creating a family in this other world, which is giving her, some enjoyment, even though at first she thought it was just a nuisance, even though I have my issues with certain characters. But I've been enjoying the series so far. It's not like it's doing anything incredible. Aoyuki is incredible, as always. I will say it's not the usual Aoyuki we get from other shows. It's not the overly energetic Aoyuki we get from Spider So What. It's not the sadistic Aoyuki that we get from Yojo Senki or I guess Overlord and Seraph of the End with Cruel Tempest. It's more of a very subtle Aoyuki. It's an Aoyuki that it was almost hard to catch her in there because she didn't have her usual kind of tone that she gets every now and then. But I do like the fact that it's a different type of Aoyuki than we normally get. And plus, it seems like an Aoyuki that doesn't strain herself like she does in other shows, because at this point, similar to Ryo Kajimi, I'm concerned that she's in too many roles and that she's going to overdo herself. I hope not, because I think she's in like 5 shows this season, which, like I said, and 2 of them being main characters, it does get concerning. They're going to overdo her, but I'll leave her to hopefully be very cautious of that. But yeah, like I said, it's not doing anything incredible. I am enjoying the show. It has a lot of great moments in it, a lot of moments where I smile at. I love Laika. She's very Rem-esque from ReZero, so I love her to death. She's actually absolutely adorable. I enjoy the 2 daughters that she has, the slime daughters. They're very cute, very adorable. I like, I'm avoiding this next one. I like Beelzebub, like I said, very big sister. I like the fact that she, even though she's like, I'm going to take you down, I'm going to prove that I'm stronger than you, she's obviously tsundere, and she does, get thrown off whenever Aizawa, the main character, dotes on her. My only issue so far with the cast, and I haven't gotten too much into the Blue Dragon, they did introduce her, and they had a fight with her, which that fight was absolutely incredible animation, despite the rest of the show being pretty wonky with character designs. They had a crazy awesome action scene with the Blue Dragons. I haven't met the other 2 characters they have kind of in the intro. The only character I'm frustrated with at this moment, and you probably know who it is based on if you've watched the show and I haven't brought him up, is the elf girl. I don't like her. I think that she's just way too loud. She's always takes over the scene, and she's not very funny. I mean, I like the joke behind her introduction, this idea of this energy drink that she's mass producing, and how this demon lord seems to have, or this demon doesn't like her because it made her sick. That whole thing was pretty funny, but I just don't really like her in general. A lot of her humor is just a little bit too over the top and too loud. But not that she breaks the show in any way. It's not that I just don't care for her, is all. I don't hate her. But yeah, other than that, like I said, I think a lot of my enjoyment of this show is it's got a really solid cast so far, and I'm really looking forward to what they do with the characters going forward. I'm curious to see more of the Blue Dragon and the rest of the cast that are going to be introduced. But yeah, just so far, this is silly. I want to relax, and it doesn't play too much on the overpoweredness that she has, but she is technically overpowered because she's max level. But a lot of the focus is the cute girls doing cute thing. A lot of the focus is on her just wanting to be left alone, even though everybody wants to test her strength on her. But yeah, it's like I said, it's pretty solid. A lot of enjoyment in it. It's technically one of those really nice. Yeah, I would like to have that isekai kind of feelings. It's not usually like a ReZero or something where you're like, I would like to be there, but it doesn't sound very fun because death and pain and stuff. It does seem like a lot of fun and a lot of relaxation mixed in with all the shenanigans. So that's my thoughts so far, and I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level, a series that is airing in the spring 2021 anime season. If you like this video, please leave a like down below, comment, let me know what you thought of the series so far. Share this video if you can. It does help us out. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope you all enjoyed, and y'all take care.